Day that's featured prominently across our broadcast today. With that in mind, the United Nations convened a youth dialogue this week with a focus on listening rather than prescribing what's best to younger generations around the world. Among the focus areas of the event were access to quality education, identifying the risks of radicalization and extremism, often starting at an early age, of course. The event brought in athletes, former refugees turned activists in the hopes of inspiring the young people that will grow up tomorrow.
Youth Dialogue,
a platform to put young people at the center of the UN's agenda, with messages of inclusivity for a generation that has not always felt welcome at the decision-making table.
But first, that they are excluded from decisions that are affecting their life, that they are not invited to the table where they are supposed to be. And way too often they have the feeling that when they speak, no one is listening. I'm not naive. I know we are not going to change it with this one event, but I hope there will be many more.
With a strong focus on access to quality education, with some 263 million children and youth out of school today. A project this former refugee turned model, DJ, actor and social activist is hoping to change in her native South Sudan.
Ladies and gentlemen, my goal was for us, her daughters, to get a better education and a better life and an opportunity for us to come back and never forget where we come from so that we can be the change in our country and to bring enlightenment and hope to all the people we have left back home and to the young girls who are fighting for their rights until today.
Profit in New York that is dedicated to providing education resources for children in a country where almost 80% of the population cannot read or write.
To model, and I said, I must use this time to make a change, to speak on behalf of my sisters and brothers back home. South Sudan is the youngest country in the world. 64% of South Sudan are women. 50% are under the age of 18 years old. 80% of South Sudan is unable to read or write. Now you do the math, what needs to be done. Education. Education means life. It means opportunity. It means a moment of enlightenment. So I was inspired to create the nonprofit Stand for Education, where we are dedicated to empower underprivileged children and women and bring them hope and opportunity and life.
And if inspiration was key, then that task fell to this Tongan taekwondo athlete, the buff flag bearer for his country at both the Summer and Winter Olympics in 2016 and 2018, respectively.
Become a superhero depends on your ability to deal with failure and pain. You will fail your way to success. You will fail your way to becoming a superhero. When you account for this, it will take away the pain. 20 years, that's how long I struggled. I walked out in an Olympic opening ceremony and 200 million people Googled, where is Tonga? They said, what's it feel like to be an overnight success? I said I was not an overnight success. I was 20 years of pain. The reason I'm here at the United Nations, which sounds really cool to me, is because I was able to move through the pain.
In a world where increasingly children and young people need to be taught how to think, but not necessarily what to think, so that dialogue and less conflict creates the space for that generation to flourish. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News.